Hi, my name is Joey Anderson. I live in Yakima, Washington. And the reason why I'm doing a recorded statement is because I am getting sick and tired, excuse my language and my French, anybody that is watching this video, I am going to be very blunt and very straight to the point. I am getting sick and tired of the local law enforcement officials here in Yakima, Washington, known as YPD or Yakima Police Department. I'm also getting sick and tired of city council members not wanting to hear from the general public, stating the concerns and the problems that people are facing here in Yakima, Washington. Nobody seems to want to be accountable for all the wrongdoings, all the lies, all the corruption, all the deception, cover-ups, you name it, it's been done. My husband is a victim of excessive force that was performed on him on April 29th of this year. I find it sad and pathetic when we, the community members of this town, when we call upon YPD, which is supposed to be a police officers, to be able to come and address problems with what's going on in the community, has failed us greatly. These people have taken oaths to uphold the law, to protect and serve. Unfortunately, it's falling on deaf ears. The local law enforcement in this town feels that it is completely above the law. I have spoken to too many community members since the incident with my husband had taken place. KIMA did do a news article regarding my husband back on May 13th of this year. Unfortunately, they were not able to get into much details due to a time limit restriction for the news article. I want to address our local community, plain and simple, or anybody that had seen the news report. My husband was not wielding a machete at YPD. My husband had brought out a machete after I was almost assaulted by our former roommate. YPD was called. My husband stayed on the front porch with the weapon. He did not advance. He did not take one step off of the front porch. I stood my ground and made sure the former roommate and the two friends that he had with him to help him remove his property off of our property until YPD showed up. When YPD did show up, I spoke with the officer immediately. I explained to the officer what was going on. I explained to the officer that I had text messages. My husband came towards me and the first officer on the scene. That officer knew my husband was not armed with any weapon. What disgusts me the most is when I did receive a copy of the incident reports that I'm not going to say all officers. I know there was a great deal of officers here that night, and only a few statements were made. But I'm saying this out flat. YPD did not put complete details of what all transpired in those incident reports. They left out a great deal of detail. I also find it not legitimate enough excuse that a supervisor that had shown up at the scene to take pictures did not complete an incident report himself. YPD's officials had told me that he is not required to fill out an incident report. I find this ludicrous. I have been going in front of the city council, addressing my concerns of community awareness of what is going on with our local law enforcement to the city council members since May 20th of this year. I've been approaching them. I've been discussing issues with them. I have been letting them know that I've spoken with the community. A lot of them are afraid to come and speak. A lot of them are afraid of the retaliation. We held rallies. I spoke to people. Any events that I go to, I always try to get the public's opinion of how they feel about YPD. And if they actually took the time and listened to me of what I was saying, they would actually have taken my advice and they would have conducted their own survey of how community members feel. We do have a great many issues in this county, in our own town. You name it, it's here. The city council members are always trying to say, we're trying to better this town, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. What they need to do is take the time to actually stop and listen to the community members. There is stuff that is going on in this town, and it's corruption. After this incident that had transpired with my husband, it has opened up my eyes a great deal. I no longer trust YPD, which that does cause a problem. If there does happen to be a problem ever in the near future at my property, I do question myself, who can I call? Today is July 15th, 2014. Our little group had our little protest in front of YPD. Not much of a group. We're kind of thinning out. I feel people are just giving up hope. They feel like nothing's never going to be done. And of course myself, I hope and I pray that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm standing my ground, that I'm fighting for my rights. A lot of people need to start looking into the rights. Educate yourself if you need to. We got a library. It's sad and it's pathetic. Everybody's giving up hope. With all the news articles that are going out and about right now, it shows right now within those news articles, they're stating it for the public eye. It don't matter if you're rich, you're middle class, you're poor. It's there. Black and white. This city has failed. It's not being ran right. Voices are going unheard. People are getting hurt. People are getting killed. And this needs to be stopped. People should be able to address the council members. These are elected folks that are supposed to be able to hear your concerns. We're the masters, they're the servants. It's plain and it's simple. Tonight I endured with my daughter a very harsh reality tonight. After I had came home from standing in the hot heat from 1 p.m. this afternoon in front of YPD, I came home to a letter. It was internal investigation results. I was shocked. Even though I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was shocked. There was 4 allegations that were made. The complaint of these 4 allegations, I'm going to read off. Allegation number 1, excessive force by YPD officers. Allegation number 2, excessive force by Yakima Municipal Jail staff. Allegations number 3, failure to perform duties by YPD. Allegation number 4, rudeness by Yakima police officers. The letter states, you are hereby advised of the following findings. Allegation number 1, exonerated. Allegation number 2, exonerated. Allegation number 3, unfounded. Allegation number 4, exonerated. If you have any questions concerning your complaint or findings, feel free to contact Office of the Chief of Police between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at 575-6178. Sincerely, Jeff Snyder, Acting Chief of Police. Why is he signing this? I'll tell you why he's signing this. Because right now, our Chief of Police is in Boston, Massachusetts, receiving training. Other side of the United States. And we're here in Yakima, Washington. Unfortunately, I guess he couldn't find any other training facilities to be able to educate him on how to be Chief of Police. And yes, I am bitter right now. I'm angry. I have every right to be angry. I'm pretty sure there's more of you out there, but, you know, you're afraid. I was afraid too. I've been finding out a lot of things lately. That you do have the right to stand up for yourself, regardless if it's a law enforcement officer or not. Even if you see 5 officers on one person, and you see that what they're doing is unjustifiable, you have every right to rush over there and stop it. I'm learning stuff a lot due to what had transpired with my husband. And I felt, yeah, we need change. We definitely need change. It's getting ridiculous. With all the articles that I've read, and even the current events that are going on with the internal investigation of our Captain Rodney Light here, you know, there was proof last year that he did stuff that was against policy. Cover up by YPD, or them just not doing their job, period. Pick or choose. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. I find it greatly disturbing. I tried to approach the city council tonight in regards to this. They were prepped and they were ready for me tonight. They really were. I'm going to tell you why. July 8th, there was a public forum that was held at the Howard Johnson Hotel in Yakima, Washington. It was for all the candidates that are running for 4th District Congress. I approached the mayor after the forum was done. I told him out flat, council members just keep proving me right about YPD. I got into a heated discussion with the mayor. It was when the mayor made certain comments that my husband should have listened to the local law enforcement, that a candidate that was running for 4th District Congress, Gavin Syme, approached my mayor and started educating him. Unfortunately, our mayor Mr. McCauley didn't like the words that Mr. Syme had told him. In fact, the last words before our lovely mayor ran off was, "You have failed on running this city." And of course, he just didn't say it in front of me. He said it also in front of another candidate's wife. They did try to proceed after our mayor, to confront him on issues. And unfortunately, our mayor did not want to be placed on film. He acted very cowardly. He did not want to face that he would have to take accountability issues of what is going on in his own town. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen, Mayor. It's plain and simple. You need to start listening to the general public. Yeah, you were prepared for me tonight. You definitely were, because you read off all the rules to your little council meeting on the public being able to come up and talk for 3 minutes. You were prepared. Me addressing community awareness. Again, trying to bring you evidence, or just stating common stuff that's going on in the media. But no, you didn't want to do that. You kept on shutting me down. So, it's like, okay, we'll deal with it another way. I will be seeking outside help. I will be contacting certain agencies. Because this letter right here, you guys just screwed up hardcore. I spoke with Jeff Snyder, me and my daughter did, outside of the room, and we let him know they messed up. They did a bigger piss poor job than you do running this down. And they will be held accountable. I'm sick and tired of it. And a lot of other people are too. I don't care if I have to start going around with a video camera and making DVDs. I am going to bring this out in the open. You're not going to sweep this underneath the rug. Plain and simple. Justice will prevail. The truth comes out sooner or later. When you going to learn? When you going to listen? I'm talking to the people out there that are willing to listen to this video and listen to what is going on. You need to take a damn stand. The shit needs to stop. Need to fight. If you think YPD is conducting themselves in a god-awful matter that's above the law, which they are not, you need to open up your mouth and take a stand. I mean, yeah, I've been happy to do it for a lot of community members around here. But it comes to the point, all of us need to gather up. We need to take a stand. So I ask you, next council hearing, please do so. It occurs every first and third Tuesday of every month. That's all I got to say.